guys? Jesse Flair here from the Flair Parkour. Today we're talking about the most popular question I get asked, and that is, what is a good parkour shoe? Well, here we are. Behind me I have 6 different shoes that I've trained in, and we're going to talk about why I liked and disliked some of them. But first I'd like to lead off with a few interviews with some of the other guys that I train with.
What's up, guys? This is Shane Thunder Daniels of Team Tempest, and in my opinion, if you're starting out with parkour, get a good pair of running shoes. That's all you need. Good technique will take you a long way.
Hey, my name is Alex Moody Duong. I like to train barefoot because training barefoot really strengthens your ankles and your knees and everything else. But right now I'm wearing Nike Free Run, but I train barefoot a lot.
How do you like the Nike Free Runs?
They're pretty good.
How long have they lasted?
They last me 4 months.
How expensive are they?
They are very expensive.
Is it worth it?
$100.
Is it worth it?
It's not worth it at all.
Okay.
Whatever shoes work, really, as long as they stick. You don't want nothing that's gonna slide or fall apart easy. Do Real Precision's barefoot, Kalenji's, Fayu's, SA18s, pretty much anything. Nike Free suck.
Hi, I'm Albert Spider Violatis, and as far as shoes, any good shoe, really, training shoe, running shoe, as long as it's cheap, because you're going to mess them up. So yeah, any running shoe will do.
Philip Jungberg from Sweden, Airwhip. I will recommend Puma Trinomics shoes.
Nice.
I really love them.
Are they expensive?
It's about $100.
Do they last long enough?
Yeah, they last a long time, and the cushion for it is really good. Grip for rails and walls, perfect, because I have 2 different plastics. One in the middle is perfect for rails, and 2 in the black ones on the sides, really good for the walls.
Sick. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? I'm Lucy Romberg. Honestly, I recommend whatever shoes are comfortable for you. Personally, for me, I like the Adidas Super Nova Sequence. They just feel good on my feet. I have heel problems, so.
How expensive are they?
Actually, the first pair I got were like $100, but I just researched online and found some for $65. So.
How long did they last?
They last a while. You know, this is my 2nd pair, like in probably a year and a couple months. So.
Sick.
Yeah, not bad.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So now they can suggest that you buy a cheap shoe, they can suggest to train barefoot, but really depending on where you are in your training is going to depend on what shoe I think you should buy. If we go through the different shoes that I have behind me right now, we could start with the Vigram 5-toed shoes. Okay, so these are really cool, awesome barefoot training. If you love to train barefoot, these would be good because they enable you to train barefoot without the danger of stepping on glass or anything like that. They are super thin. A thin shoe, a lot of people will tell you, is best for parkour, but that, in my opinion, is only if you are advanced. If you are above intermediate and you are looking to really train your technique more, because you can feel more through a thin shoe, and you'll know if you're doing things wrong. So you could start with it, but honestly you're putting yourself in danger. Alright, moving along. Next, very popular shoe, although I had spray painted it black because I use it for stunt stuff. This is the original Generation 1 KOs from WFPF. A lot of flexibility in the center. We're going to talk a lot about rubber and what rubber means. Now these shoes are based off of a really popular shoe, the Kalenji's, which are super popular, especially in the UK. But these, they have 1 piece of rubber. The original Generation 1s were not that well built. They tore apart pretty easy. The rubber, I mean, everyone who got these, the rubber pretty much tore off right away in the toe. It looked kind of silly running around like this. But the cool part is that there's 1 big piece of rubber up front and 1 piece back here with your centerpiece. I don't know why it's separated, but in my opinion, we're going to talk a lot about the rubber, and I would suggest trying to find shoes that have 1 piece of rubber all the way across. The reason being, and we'll move on to the Puma FOSS 500s, awesome shoe, medium support, not too thin enough to feel, but nice back thick heel, designed to help impacts. But now this shoe is a mess when it comes to rubber. It had all these little pieces in it. It had big piece here, big piece here. You can clearly see that this stuff was just tearing away. Chunks of it were just getting ripped off when I was doing wall runs or precisions or strides. So yeah, that goes back to the whole thing about not using a shoe that has tiny little different pieces of rubber on it, because they just tear off. Originally, the Nike free runs that had little teeth all over, people got really excited about them, and then just like these little nubbins, you had big nubbins that were getting torn off, and your shoe is all uneven. You're missing teeth, they were called. I think they still are. But yeah, the heel really doesn't matter. Not too many people train too much grip on the heel. If you're good at parkour and free running, you'll notice that all the balls of your feet are completely worn out. The whole bottom of the shoe was this design, and now these things are just kind of soft. I mean, this is almost like suede. I don't suggest the Foss 500s, but I do have a buddy, Shane Daniels, Thunder from Tempest, who loves these. So to each is their own. Very, very popular shoe here, the K-Swiss Ariakis. This shoe I think is like $100 and something. Super expensive shoe, specifically designed for free running. Great rubber, lasted me a while, had some awesome grip. Cool piece, went straight down the middle and then into this purple stuff, which this stuff you could see peeling off the tubes. These shoes are disgusting, sorry. But they had weird wear out marks here. The problem with the original Ariakis, now I think they fixed this design, is they had this nice big piece of, I don't know, weird fabric that went through, but the problem was that it tore right here on everyone's shoes who got these. Because anytime you did a precision, it would flex in, flex in, flex in, and then a big old hole came out. Okay? So, like I said, I do think they fixed these on the new ones. The new ones I think are like $130 or something like that. I liked these a lot when I was training with them. But they're very expensive. So now I think KOs are like $40. These are like $140. My suggestion is, if you're just getting started, find a comfortable sneaker, something a medium profile, maybe a little thicker, not so heavy, and try it. All right. Then as you continue the sport, you can start to look into more expensive shoes. Now, this shoe here, still one of my favorites. This is the K-Swiss SI-18 Rennells. Awesome rubber on the bottom. This is, I believe, one big piece of rubber, just colored differently. Never had anything tear off on me. Awesome support. Thick on the bottom for impacts. Now these are tennis shoes, and why I like tennis shoes are they're designed for you not to roll an ankle, right? This flex in here, now these actually got a lot harder over time. It's funny, I just noticed that. Were designed so that if you put any pressure on it, it would absorb that rolling feeling and you wouldn't rip your ankle apart. Super light, nice air vents, let the foot breathe, don't even smell. That's awesome. Most of my shoes stink like crap. Anyway, and now bringing you to the shoe I'm actually training with right now. Now this shoe goes against all rules of buying a parkour shoe. It's kind of heavy. It's thick. What you don't want on your parkour shoe is any hard plastic. Like I know Asics has a bunch of shoes that have big hard plastic things in here that becomes super slippery, and you will just slide off a rail, eat it, ledges, anything like that. You usually want your shoe to be completely flat. The reason being, this little groove here will mess you up if you're coming in or going to jump on precision on something and boom, it slides into that groove. If you're not used to it, it'll definitely mess you up quite a bit. It is a tennis shoe, so it does have that same effect. If you're rolling in, all of this is soft enough to squish so that you don't roll your ankle. the things I do like about this shoe, and the reason why I'm training with it, are the solid pieces of rubber. All one big black piece that goes around, comes all the way around your toe, which if you look at most of these toes, they're pretty worn out. So that's coming up nice and high and up on the edges, so you don't ever have to worry about any of your seams coming undone or tearing up like that. This piece here, lots of support, built super well. These are about $80 shoe, I believe. They're the Prince, yeah, it's a tennis shoe. Prince, I don't even know what these things are called. Anyway, they do have a lot of shock absorbing impact spots, right? This big sole, it's going to help for big drops. These are actually what I was wearing when I did this. If you haven't seen me fall 25 or 20 whatever feet, check that video out. This is partially the reason why I'm okay. Otherwise it was technique and you know, reaction from training so long. But I'm still looking for a name on these things, sorry. Alright, well, that's it. I mean, when it comes down to it, if you're just starting out, try to find a good running sneaker, something that has a low profile, is going to absorb enough that you're not getting hurt, but maybe be a medium size so that you could feel what's going on under you. You can learn good technique. Don't spend that much money on shoes in the beginning. Really, all you're going to do is destroy them, and you might not even like the way they feel. You might realize, oh man, these were terrible grip. So you have to start to learn different things. And actually, I really like when I finally wear down a shoe enough for me to feel like I need to buy a new pair. It's kind of fun to go out and search and try to find something different, unique. You know, this shoe, as not normal as it would be for someone starting out to try, it is proving to be quite an awesome shoe. The hard piece of rubber here, the only reason why I decided to go with it anyway was because that rubber, that hard plastic, is actually covered here by the rubber. That rubber comes out, so I don't have any chance of hitting that. And I don't know, just be creative, have fun, and most importantly, make sure the shoe that you're wearing is comfortable, because you know, there might be days where you're out there training 8 hours, hanging out and running around, having fun, and jumping around in an uncomfortable shoe for that long or more is gonna suck. So make sure you have a comfortable shoe. Again, make sure it's light. The rubber, best if it's one big plate of rubber. Depending on where you are in your training, low or high profile. Never hard, high profile to the point where you're gonna roll an ankle if you try to turn out of it, okay? And I don't know, I think that's it. There's going to be a lot of discussion going on in the comment section. Feel free to hit me up with any questions. And if you guys found a shoe that you absolutely love and would suggest, definitely put it in the comments. I'd love to, one, try some of them, and two, be able to suggest them to everyone else who keeps asking. So if you got questions, hit me up. Like, favorite, subscribe. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.